So, Granny will be in a sec. So, yeah, like I say, today... Cool. Today we're going to write a song, right? A collaborative song. Okay? So, all of us, yeah. Granny can even help, because she'll remind you of things that you've done, times you may have forgotten, yeah, have a little bit of input. So I figured, being that she's bringing you today, and being that you single, or... Well, what I was thinking is it can be a bonus track on both of your albums. What about that? Yeah. So obviously you said before, like, oh, you can help Esme out with some of her stuff, yeah. Or she wants to do a track called I Do, and you're like, oh, I'm going to do a track called I Do, and it's like, yeah. So I thought, well, how about we all write one together, and that way there's no arguments about it. Yeah? I've got these. Cool, so chuck your notes on there and we may refer to those. Just shut that door for me, Mum.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah, put a pencil there as well. So, you went to Alton Towers?
Yes!
What was your favourite thing about Alton Towers?
Haunted house.
Haunted house. Okay. So I'm just going to jot that down. What did you like about the haunted house?
That wasn't scary.
It wasn't scary.
Granny only screamed once.
Granny only screamed once?
Right at the beginning when she was least expecting it.
Okay, fair enough. So, what was your favourite thing about Alton Towers?
The runaway mine train, and Granny screamed all the way the first time. Every single time we went on a turn, or going down or up, or turning on the side of the train, she was like,
there was a tunnel, did they?
Wasn't there? Was a what?
They didn't tell me there was a tunnel coming.
Oh, right.
It was all dark.
And she screamed so much.
Okay, so both of those have Granny screaming.
Yeah.
So you think that's fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was so embarrassing.
Embarrassing for who? Granny or you?
Me. Not embarrassing for me.
Why was it embarrassing for you that Granny was screaming?
Because then everyone turns around and looks like I did it, because Granny's really old.
Ah, right. Do you scream like an old lady then?
No.
Right. Well, unless you scream like a little boy. I mean, either which way, someone's screaming like someone. If they think it's you, then you got to scream like that, or Granny screams like you.
Granny screams like you.
Granny screams like Zach.
You
Okay.
scream like, ah!
Okay.
Whoa,
Oh my days, that's okay, that's done with the screaming for, I think, for today. So we're gonna call it. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but I'm just gonna put a title of "Fun Times with Granny." Okay. So we can think of a better title.
What is it?
Right. So that was Alton Towers yesterday. Yeah. What else did you do at Alton Towers yesterday?
We went on a boat ride and Granny got soaking with we went on Funkin' Fly. It's basically when you like in little aeroplanes and then it lifts you high and you go like sideways and upside down.
That sounds cool. Nice.
But did Granny scream that time?
No, not at all. She didn't.
Yes and a no.
She didn't.
Split there. Esme thinks yes, Zach thinks no.
She didn't.
Okay. So you said the what was it?
So like funk and then like dash and dash fly.
Funky fly.
No.
Funk and fly.
Dash.
Like, as in
Funk and fly.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that. And what was the thing you said? Something about a boat ride.
What was it? Oh, rapid rivers. The rapid rivers. Where Granny got splashed.
Rapid rivers where Granny got splashed.
A rave just came right over our head and got everybody soaking. I didn't get soaked at all. Look at me.
You sang a song.
No,
you do realise it was yesterday. You wouldn't still be wet from yesterday.
And we sang a song because I wanted to get wet. What was it?
We said,
we want
Esme wet. We want, and then a great big wave came over on me.
That's irony, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
We want to get Esme wet. Oh no. So, one of the things I'm getting from this is you like it when Granny gets got.
Yeah.
Yeah. If she gets scared, you think that's funny. If she gets wet, yeah, you think that's really funny. Yeah. So basically, just like anytime Granny kind of gets the brunt of it, you think it's hilarious. Yeah. Does she think it's hilarious when you guys get got? When you guys get proper stitched up? Is she there laughing?
No.
Or is she going, oh, are you okay? Is everything okay? Would she get a towel for you and like help dry you off?
No.
No. Would she just laugh at you? Go,
yeah.
like that? Yeah.
I won't tell you towels.
Okay, well that's a rookie mistake, eh?
No, but Granny had her coat on, fair point.
Ah, okay.
So did Desmond, but I only had like joggers and t-shirts.
Well, again, rookie mistake, yeah.
It was his idea to... But I didn't get wet at all, so happy days.
Can I just say, Chris, about they should tell you about the time when somebody, but did break into Granny's apartment.
Huh? Where?
And they really thought it was somebody that had broken.
Oh yeah. Oh, so Granny set up a prank, which is when our donkey thing sat on the toilet, and then like she drawed on whiteboard pen and lots of little cracks on the toilet, put masking tape over it, and then like because we were younger, we thought them it looked like the toilet was actually broken. And then Granny had some pictures on phone which she took herself, and it was and it was about and it was like about someone framing the donkey on the toilet, and then we pretend. Then Granny said, "Why don't we call for police?" I was like, "Yeah," and then because we read them at that point, and like I didn't know what a scream it was to call for police, to just got onto any old scream, and I talked into it, but it did actually contact the police. and then I slowly went over and peeled off all masking tape, and I rubbed over the police off.
Yeah.
I've got some of that and put it all over the toilet.
So you got stitched up. Granny played a prank on you guys.
Yeah.
Well, we used to do things like that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also did where she put a basketball on our pat, and then when we went on the toilet, we actually tried to throw the basketballs in the basket net.
Right.
So sword fighting with like toilet roll tubes thingy.
Sword fighting with toilet roll tubes.
Yeah,
okay, let's have
at
that.
Christmas, we all got it, and we gave Granny the breaking one.
Yeah, they did. They broke one, and then I ended up with the broken one.
Yeah. We broke it and then gave Granny broken one so it's easy to beat it.
And what about the...
Because it would just go floppy. Whenever the Scooby-Doo Teddy thing, and when we had the Scooby-Doo... The doggy Scooby-Doo
was that for...
yeah, at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Mira just stared at me when I said the doggy Scooby.
And was that when we did, because we did lots of all over the woods. We used to do lots of
treasure
hunts.
So like Granny leaves,
rhymes.
So they leave clues, and we have to follow the clues until we get blackjacks and fruit. Yeah, and also we got pin the donkey to we got a stick and we
like a piñata.
And we also played a game where we took a video and we put like a little jewel underneath and wrote a note and put it on top, and then tried to see the note, and then what we did was when they was trying to steal it, their hand got under it. We pulled the string and the box went on their hand, and it's Granny who went to get setting traps in. And she went to get it, and the box just went flutter on her hand. But now it's her idea. Her idea. But now for Woods'
Alice in Wonderland.
And Alice in Wonderland for her birthday, and she made how much are we been saying?
Loads. You've been talking non-stop for like the past 7 minutes.
And she made Alice in Wonderland's birthday, and we had to follow the clues and drink different potions what were basically just edible. Making for gummy berry juice. We made some, and then make for gummy berry juice after, and then we drank the tea. What about
gummy juice?
Gummy berry juice.
Berry
sauces and sprinkles.
Yeah.
What is it called? Have you watched Gummy Bears? Making
Gummy Bears? Gummy Bears are
something on Disney.
What am I thinking? Not Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears were a food, but there was the something bears.
It's Gummy Bears.
It's
Granny's still for gummy bags and still in Disney, and we were fond of that at that time, and they had like a juice that made them bounce, and so we tried to make it.
What did we put in the juice? Can you remember?
And we tried making it ourselves, but we couldn't bounce at all.
Because we're not gummy bears.
Yeah.
Also because there's no such thing as rose berries.
Tell Uncle Chris one of the words that Uncle Chris won't even know what that is. What do we put in the
Xylitol. What's xylitol?
Oh, it's basically like very sweet sugar.
Yeah, it's sugar that's healthy for. It's healthy, but not. It's sugar that is healthy for you.
Sugar that is healthy for you.
Well, sugar isn't healthy. Sugar, it's antibacterial, Esme.
Antibacterial.
Okay.
And what else? One other one. Uncle Chris has got to find xylitol in the song.
Oh, you want xylitol?
Inulin.
And what about talking about
making a knickerbocker
glories? And what did we say?
Oh, Knickerbocker Glory is going to be a good one to rhyme. Okay, hold on. Let me spell. How do you spell Knickerbocker Glory?
No.
No.
No, I
said. Is it not a silent K at the beginning?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Say look.
Hold on. I'm asking Esme.
A-N.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah. Ka. Yeah. C. Yeah.
A.
Yeah, I've got a K after the C, but yeah, possibly.
K-A.
To be honest, I'm not sure there's a right way. An exact right way. Go on, Zach, you can have a go.
So, silent K, N-I-C-K, B-L-O-C-K. E-R
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Right, I've got kind of Knickerbocker Glory there.
Henry, Zach's friend, he walked over to some guys and said, I'm going to teach you some common sense. I went A, B, C, D, E,
and then landed
F,
on
G,
P.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
And then the guy said, where's the P?
And he said
halfway down my pants, yeah, or trousers, yeah, halfway down my leg. Oh, I get it.
And I told him about Gertrude as well. What we did with Gertrude when
her birthday, we made a cake for her.
You made a cake for Gertrude. Who's Gertrude?
Granny's car.
Oh, okay.
But we ate it pretending that we're Gertrude.
We have balloons and everything, didn't we?
Who named the car?
Granny.
Okay.
But we still haven't named her the car.
Yeah, we still haven't really named her.
It's Gertrude too.
Gertrude is it?
Gertrude. Okay. Right.
I put also repeat on this.
And we had balloons flying off of it and everything, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right, so you've got
Alton
Towers, Alton Towers, I love Alton Towers, I love Alton Towers, repat.
No, repeat.
There needs to be an E in there for repeat.
Alton Towers, I love Alton Towers, I love Alton Towers.
So, by the sounds of it though, you do a lot more with Granny than just Alton Towers, right?
Yeah.
So, for the song to be called Alton Towers, I love Alton Towers, that could be a separate song, I reckon, yeah?
Yeah, that's
so
how I'm doing.
It could be called Family Times.
Family Times, but it's not complete Family Times, is it? It's Times of Granny.
Granny Times.
Granny Times would be one word.
Or G Times, because you spend times with Grandad as well.
Okay, so G Times.
That's good.
Or Grand Times.
Grand Times. What else could we have? Grand Times or Grand Old Times?
Grand Old Times. Why is she
what kind of language do you use sometimes at Granny's house? Yesterday when we went in and the man thought you didn't know anything.
Cockney rhyming
slang.
Okay.
Plates of feet.
Oh, what about food? What's Granny's best food that you like?
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie.
We like making shepherd's pie. But for best bit, Granny cooks of it. I guess what we do, we eat the whole thing.
Yeah, when you just said we like making shepherd's pie, I'm pretty sure when I picked the dog up the other day, Granny was making the shepherd's pie.
Yeah, and then we just devoured all their even then like.
They only get like
a tiny bit, a quarter.
They only get a quarter, as we get 2 quarters.
Yeah.
Come we go. The other thing is that what do we tell when we sit and talk around the table? What do we sometimes tell? What do you sometimes?
Oh, now you want to swap chairs, huh? Now you want to know. You're over here, me and I.
Yay! I like to.
What do we used to tell a lot, and what else do we even done today? Stories. We tell stories, yeah.
Massaging.
Oh, that's a big thing, isn't it? Going to bed.
Going to bed to massage.
Story.
Massages before bed.
Joke.
Book. We've got a book, a joke book.
Jokes.
And riddles.
History, because we chat about times when you guys were younger. At the table.
Yeah.
What, ancient history.
Yeah.
When they used to carve things into clay tablets.
No.
When O-levels used to be a thing.
No.
O-levels? What?
Exactly. Yeah, now they're called GCSEs. But you ask Granny, she'll tell you.
A-levels, it's like A-levels.
Okay, so A-levels, or AS, then A-levels, they're still a thing. So if you're like 17, 18, yeah, you'll do AS and then you do A-levels. Right, so may still be a thing when you get to that point. But GCSEs, which I've got no idea what that stands for, probably secondary education schooling or something, I don't know.
Certificate of education.
There you go, yeah. So general certificate of secondary education. I imagine that's what GCSEs is. But Granny didn't do GCSEs, she did O-levels, which stands for I've forgotten everything. So yeah, I don't know actually what I don't know what O stands for.
I do.
Ordinary levels, right? So Granny did some ordinary levels.
No,
she didn't do any ordinary levels.
Outstanding.
Outstanding levels. Pretty sure Granny never did any outstanding levels. The only outstanding she did was when she stood outside and didn't do the exams, I swear. So
octopus levels.
So we have, right, so let me just run through this, right, just so we've caught up so far. We had Alton Towers wise, we had the haunted house, and you thought it was great because Granny screamed. And then we had the runaway mine train, and you thought it was great because Granny screamed. We had the funk and fly, yeah, which is like twisty up and side down aeroplane-y type things.
Yeah.
And then we had the rapid rivers where Granny got splashed.
Yeah.
And then you had the donkey police tape prank that Granny pulled on you. Yeah. We had the sword fights with the loo roll tubes.
I'm getting you back.
I heard Scooby-Doo Teddy. I didn't really hear much of the rest of it because you guys talk all over each other.
Another one, treasure hunt. But instead of like written down messages, there's like phone recordings.
Because the Scooby-Doo can talk.
Oh, Scooby-Doo can talk. So that's a treasure hunty thing as well, is it? Okay. Okay, so hold on. Scooby-Doo Teddy, talking Teddy. Right. Treasure hunt. Okay, and then we have the treasure hunts for sweets. Yeah. And then you have the pinata, and that was a donkey as well, was it?
Yeah.
A donkey pinata. And then setting traps in the woods.
Yeah, and it's not setting just trap. Yes, yeah, go on. Sorry, because they also had to do.
They had to like dig for gold.
So the setting traps, but also they do treasure hunt big time in the woods.
Oh, never really like pulled the thing.
Yeah, also treasure hunt is like we've already got that.
Never like pulled the big thing bag for those walking around, let go and bang.
And then we've got setting traps. There was a gummy bear juice with xylitol and inulin.
Inulin.
Do you know how to spell inulin?
Nah.
No, I've got it like insulin, but without the S. Yeah. And then Knickerbocker Glory, which who knows how that's spelled. Cake for Gertrude, the car, when it was her birthday.
Cake for Gertrude.
Shepherd's pie, which Granny has to make and you guys devour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Story time.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite story?
Oh gosh, Zach, you haven't said.
Oh yeah. So we're doing a series of where me and another guy go to visit an old lady who is actually one of our arch enemies, and they found her out in book 3, and then they became that secret so they can play pranks on her. Now for the last one, they were going to make pizza for her, but guess what I did? They swapped tomato sauce out for super spicy barbecue sauce, and put some cabbages in the dough.
Right. Okay, so is this a series that you're writing?
And Jack and the Teenagers.
After we finish the whole series, mouthing it, and we're going to write all of it down.
But we've already written a book.
Okay, so hold on. Is this a book series that you're reading together or that you're writing together?
No, we're making it together.
So you guys are writing it, yeah?
So,
and what's it called?
We haven't given it a title yet.
What about old Granny's issues?
Could be.
Okay, so we can think of that. Writing a series of books.
Yeah, and he's done one book, Jack and the Teenager. We always...
About pranking old ladies.
That's not going to go down very well, is it?
No.
I don't know, maybe it could be in the reference section. How to prank old ladies. Make them pizza and put extra spicy hot sauce instead of tomato sauce and a bit of cabbage just to keep them going a little bit longer so you can prank them a little bit more, yeah? Sounds great.
You've got the massaging in there because that's a huge...
Yeah, I didn't even get to that point because you guys interrupted me after the shepherd's pie. So story time. Yeah. My question was, Esme, do you have a favourite story at Granny's?
Yeah.
What's your favourite story?
Daisy and the Trouble with London.
Daisy...
Daisy something and the Trouble with London?
Oh, Daisy and the Trouble with London.
We've got it here. We've got it here.
Okay, Daisy and the Trouble with London. Cool.
Oh, shall I show that?
It's alright, you can take that back. And then Zach, what's your favourite story that Granny tells or that Granny reads to you?
Granny always tells.
So you make up stories here?
All the time.
My favourite one was when they were playing tennis and then Bang and Mash kept on throwing very heavy and hard balls at their heads.
Right, so Banger and Mash tennis.
She's good at that because she's asking for more.
Right, and then we have massages before bed. How does that work? What's the massages
So
before bed?
basically, she does my feet, like pull the toes out, and then
Like that, yeah?
and then like pinch the skin here, which is relaxing for me, and just like goes down the spine of my foot.
Nice.
And also
And do you get the same as me, or do you get like a head massage or ear massage? She likes an ear massage. Mia loves ear massages, yeah.
And she gets head.
Head massage?
Ear.
Head,
so
ear, neck, back, legs, arms.
So you get like the full works?
So do I.
Yeah.
What?
Legs. Don't forget for legs.
Okay, so
Neck.
feet massage.
She doesn't like her feet doing Esme, does she?
Oh yeah, cool. Because you don't like anything on your feet, do you?
No.
Socks, leggings and tights.
Yeah. She
I
just
like
likes her
feet.
feet.
I also do that sometimes when they're watching TV or something, just to relax them off. They've been really stressed, so they relax. We have
Yeah,
special stuff
she makes me do the same, don't you? When I'm trying to watch TV or relax, she'll come up to me and go, like she's doing there to Granny. She's like, and she'll get got my hand just there. She'll like get her nose, flip my hand up in the air, and like put it on her. And I'm like, what? And then she'll just like lean into it like that.
That's like
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, okay, cool. So then jokes. So do you make up jokes or do you find jokes online? How do the jokes work?
Online.
Okay, so you find jokes online. Can you remember a joke?
We've got a joke book as
Oh,
well.
I know.
Wait, how does the kid, what was it? Why did the kid throw the clock out the window?
Because he wanted to see time fly.
Yes.
Genius.
Oh gosh, I can't remember.
What's that?
What was the joke? Esme's asking
why
about
did-
another joke.
No, why did the kid throw butter out the window?
What gets
Don't know.
They want to see a butterfly.
What gets
Clever. That's a towel, but that's a riddle, not a joke. So I have super hearing, which is why when you screamed, I was like, oh my goodness. Right.
What's brown and creeps around your house at night?
What's brown and creeps around your house at night?
Oh, mince pie.
Zach, you keep on
Mince pie.
Spy!
Mince pie, as in, yeah, mince pie. That's a Christmas joke, isn't it? Yeah? What's brown and sticky?
Mince pie.
A stick. Duh. What's long and runny?
Run.
A marathon. Yeah, close. Right, so you do riddles as well, and then you talk about ancient history. Okay, so...
No, we don't.
I'm
history. I
learning
put
about-
ancient in quotation marks. You're learning about minotaurs and volcanoes and stuff at the moment, aren't you? Right, so...
Anciently, only Greece.
we have, so far for like titles for this track, so this is a load of random stuff that we've got to try and get all of these stories, like, what, 25 minutes worth of stories now, okay? We've got to try and sort of kind of push those together into some kind of lyrics. Do you remember the difference between words and lyrics? Do you remember the difference between words and lyrics?
Words are for stories and lyrics are for songs.
Yes, okay, so we've got to try and get lyrics out of these little anecdotes.
Remember in Sugar Rush where we like listed
all of the things you like, yeah.
Yeah, but like putting like Hurricane was it. Yeah, why do we do like that?
Well, this is very different because what we had for Sugar Rush was names of foods or names of sweets, yeah? So they're all like either brand names or, you know, pancakes is pancakes, syrup is syrup. So they're just single words, aren't they, that we can kind of organise in different ways. What we've got here, I mean, we've just got a word that is Knickerbocker Glory, right? But we need to find some sort of context for this Knickerbocker Glory.
We could like pick out different sentences and use that based on the verse, or use just like
this is what we got to do.
And like we have verse 1, which talks about 2 things. Verse 2, which talks about another 2 things. Verse 3, which talks about another 2 things.
And that's impossible. So one of the things we did with Esme's I Don't Like is I was quizzing her on these things and she'd tell me stories. From those stories, then I got the lyrics. So all of this is good base information, okay? And then we can dig into these things to try and find... What are we doing? We can dig into these things to try and find some words, some exact words, phrases or sentences that sum up the thing. So right here I've just got riddles, right? Yeah, but it may well be that we actually take a riddle and put it in the song, okay? But let's think of a good title. So we have G times. Yeah. G times. We have grand times or grand old times. We can add or we can choose one. Any other thoughts? You like G times?
I like grand times.
You like grand times? Does Granny have a preference?
I really do. I don't like the old times.
You don't like the grand old? I was thinking like grand old joke with you. Oh, grand old times. You remember those grand old times we used to have? No? Fair enough. So you're liking G times and you're liking grand times?
No, I've got another one.
Okay, what's the other one? Remember what I said about sitting on the stool properly?
Grand G times.
Grand G times?
Yeah.
Grand G times. That
actually is cool. That's a play on words as well.
Because it's what Zach likes.
Or we could do like a big capital G, then and times. So
and
G and times, G and times.
G and times.
No.
Where would be the R? We need kind of an R in there for the grand. So we've got grand G times. Yeah, that's kind of winning at the time at the moment. So
that sounds good.
Grand G times. Okay, is if that's going to be the title, we kind of, we want to see if we can get that in there somewhere, right? And what are Grand G times? If we were to sum up your time with Granny, it's just too irresistible, I couldn't help myself. If we were to sum up the times of Granny, like obviously these are the things you do, yeah? This is the I do list, yeah? Or the things that we do list with Granny. But if you were just to say, if I say like, how are your times with Granny, how would you describe them?
Fun.
Fun.
Good.
Good, okay. So grand G time, the G could stand for good, couldn't it? Yeah. So good, exciting.
Grand good times.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking the G could stand for. So good, exciting, fun, what else?
Happy.
Happy. Do you learn things?
Learning time.
Yeah, learning or educational?
We do stuff like Granny teaches us
teaching
different methods to work out maths, and also when we play schools, we play schools, and Granny just does different lessons.
And she introduces famous people, so you learn famous people because famous people are on the register, like. Who else? Who was on the register that Esme loved?
Rosie.
Yeah, and Harry.
Kay.
So
the footballer.
Yeah, so all the and some of the older, the sort of.
So history's famous people.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have times. Well, Grand G times. Okay, are good. They're exciting. They're fun. They're happy. They're educational. informative / teaching, but that's
and a lot
kind
of practical education, like life experiences, I'd say.
Okay, that's hard to like in terms of what they are.
Like
Educational
survival skills, and like
reading.
Are they full of action?
Yeah.
So are they active times?
Yeah.
Or do you always just sit on the floor, sat on your hands like that? Absolutely.
Like mirror.
Is you do that, or are you always like that?
It's a bit like.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a bit
So
like
are they
mirror.
loud? Are your times of granny loud?
Yeah.
Oh, singing as well. Singing.
Oh yeah, singing before bed.
Holiday.
Oh,
Holiday.
you sing with granny.
Holiday.
We used to.
Yeah, we do that a lot
Holiday.
one time,
Holiday.
Discos.
But we normally do that a lot. As we normally do that in the winter. Like it says to me as to go to bed at certain times. So we like in the winter gets dark quite quick. So then we can like it'll be all dark. We can have like spotlight. And then that's why we tend to do it in like the winter. And then like in summer because it doesn't get dark until something like 9 or 8.
High five. Okay, cool. So we have good, exciting, fun, happy, educational, loud, active. Yeah, these are descriptive words that like grand G times. Yeah, these are the things that grand G times are. These are the things that you guys do. And this is what those things are. Does that make sense?
Holiday.
Holiday. Okay. So you go on holiday with Granny. When did you go on holiday with Granny?
When I was 3.
When you was 3.
No,
That was 6.
it was 2 years ago. When you were 4, and I was.
Where did you go?
When I was 6 and Ezra was 4.
Where did you go? Doesn't matter. How old were you?
No,
how old you were? Where did you go?
Real. We went to
We went to Real.
Real.
And
And we did singing,
We went to like
a
a
club.
concert every 2 evenings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also I got to stay up late and eat lots of cookies.
Okay.
And I won a prize. Zach won a prize.
So.
I won 2 as well.
But he shared it with me.
So. We have these grand G times, right? How do you imagine singing grand G times? Go on then.
Loudly.
Loudly. I'm more thinking in terms of pitch and tone, you know. Are we talking
But
like...
first of all, we need like a riff or like a melody to go with it.
That is literally what I'm just asking you right now. How do you imagine grand G times could sound? If you were to... If you have this word, grand G times, and you think about all of the times you've had, and you think about the fact that they're fun, exciting, happy, good, educational, loud, active, blah, 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 blah. Hold on.
I think it should sound something like down like there.
Down like there.
No,
Down. And this has got nothing to do with the piano at this point. Okay, so I've written 2 songs this week while out walking. I had no phone, no notepad. I've had to just sing it to myself over and over and over and construct the whole song as I've gone along on the walk and add words and tweak words. But everything has been in my brain. Okay? And then it goes from my brain out of my mouth. Okay? So, how do you imagine it sounding?
Not sure. Granny?
I would say it's got to be upbeat, very quick.
Quick.
And make
something
people
like
feel good.
Okay, cool. Hold on. So stop. That's right. Yeah. So now, roughly,
we've got the melody.
try and put in the word grand G times. So here's your riff.
Grandy times, Grandy times, Grandy times.
That's how you hear it. See, that sounds like Grangy. Grangy times. Okay.
Grangy times, the old gran.
Grangy times, old Grangy times. So now he's putting in the word old, you see? This is it. But this is where words now become lyrics, and lyrics become a song. Okay, we put a melody, yeah, we have a riff.
Oh, Grandy times, oh, Grandy times.
Okay, so, Grangy time, oh, Grangy times, oh, Grangy times, oh, Grangy times, oh, Granny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not old granny, it's oh granny.
Oh granny. Okay, there you go. Right, so
granny.
Grangy times oh Grangy times oh Grangy times oh granny.
No, old gran is Grangy times old Grangy times oh gran. So it's like
Okay.
Grangy. It's like Grangy times old Grangy times oh Grangy times oh
I
granny.
imagine
Or something
bit
like
like
that.
At the end, yeah.
oh Grangy times, oh Grangy times, oh Grangy times.
What about Grangy times old Grangy times old Grangy times with granny?
Granny.
No,
But
No?
on the
Okay.
last
old
yes.
Grangy times we made rhymes because we do make
We do make up right.
Oh,
Okay,
Grangy
but this
times,
is so.
we've made up
So we're looking at
rhymes.
Grangy times. Okay,
We've
hold
made
on.
up rhymes.
Yeah, we do. We sit there. and make
Grangy
up rhymes, don't we?
times
On the swings and.
old Grangy times.
We've got
oh Grangy times.
How about okay? So
Tick.
Grangy
Let
times
me go,
old
come.
Grangy times. Yeah,
We made rhymes.
we made up rhymes with granny.
No,
No.
something about rhymes with rhymes. Rhymes with rhymes.
Okay, Grangy
Grangy
times
times.
old Grangy times. We made up rhymes.
We made up some very good rhymes.
Okay, so don't be adding in too many words here.
We made up some. We made
No,
up.
we made up rhymes. We don't need. We know we need a few. We don't need a number on it. Yeah. If you did more than one, we can have an S on the end of rhyme, can't we, to make it rhymes? We
Yeah.
made up rhymes. So rhymes
Rhymes.
is 2 to infinity, isn't it?
So rhymes. What rhymes with rhymes? Limes.
Times, times.
Okay. So
Times.
Grangy times, old Grangy times, we made up rhymes. I think the thing that fits best for a chorus, if this is going to be or a bridge, for
This is a
example.
chorus.
Okay. Is it now? We don't know yet. I had a chorus. I thought what I thought was. Oh, wait. Let's see. Let's try that again. I had what I thought was. There we go. A chorus. And when I got back and I started playing it on piano, I realised it was a bridge. And I realised my chorus was something else. So we don't know yet. We're just constructing some ideas for lyrics. So I think what fits best here is Grangy times, old Grangy times, we made up rhymes with granny. Grangy times, old Grangy times, da 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 da.
Or
And then we can have something
like,
else.
Grangy times, old Grangy times, we made up rhymes when we have granny times.
Okay, so we made up rhymes
When we have granny times.
when we have, see here's where lyrics are super important when it comes to syllables, okay? So Grangy times, old Grangy times, we made up rhymes when we have times with granny. It just doesn't work. Yeah? We
When we
made
have-
up rhymes with granny. Totally works. But we can't have too many words in there.
With granny times, when we have when there's granny times.
When there's granny times.
5.
5 syllables, okay?
Not.
So, you're going to try it. You ready? So, I'm going to just give you like a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Grangy times, old Grangy times, we made rhymes when there's granny times.
And again, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Grangy times, old Grangy times, we made rhymes when there's granny times.
We made up rhymes when there's granny times. Okay?
Yes, kind of.
We've made rhymes when there's granny times.
I think the first note was a bit more upbeat though. That was a bit slower. That's the only thing. Because you've got that lovely upbeat.
No,
one.
what's the riff again?
The riff?
Yeah.
So it's da 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 da. Yeah? So that's why I think with granny fits best.
Grangy times, we made up rhymes when we have granny times.
When we have is a bit too wordy. Who do you make up the rhymes with?
When there's granny times.
When there's granny times. Again, same deal. It's very wordy. It's fitable. It can work. Okay? I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying it's not preferable right now. Okay? Go on. What you got, Esme?
I think she's got a notepad and pencil as a rubber on my hand.
She was trying to think of saying, you know, so it's
happy times with Granny times, happy times with Granny.
Right, okay, so we've
like
got...
something like, there's happy times when we have Granny times, because there's happy times with Granny.
Woo. Yes.
Okay, so...
Either one of those has to be good.
Well, the good thing is with all of this kind of stuff, it's all editable, yeah? So I will try this out and I'll spin it again and again and I'll do what I call polishing it. And when you polish something, you make it shine, don't you? To make it shine, okay, you need to remove all the stuff that shouldn't be there, right? So hold on, Grangy times are happy times?
Because there's Granny times.
I love Granny times.
And that's why we have happy times.
So Grangy times are happy times.
With Granny times. Oh no, we have Granny times. That's why it's called. No. But what rhymes with rhymes of times?
She's got a little bit something.
Yeah, you got something? Go on then.
She said, with Granny times, something like this.
No, when it's happy times, I like. No.
As happy times, it's normally Granny times.
Oh,
Happy
yes.
It makes my heart run.
No, when it's happy times.
When it's happy
Okay, so
times,
if this is a chorus, it needs to be short and snappy, catchy, okay?
if it's Granny times, it's happy times. And when it's happy times, we have Granny times.
Happy times. When it's happy times, it makes my heart run.
Oh, that's a good
Granny made it up.
You're going to blame Granny with that one. Alright, cool. So,
Granny made it up.
hold on. We haven't got any words yet to the piano to. Okay, so we've got so far, right, so I reckon, and I might kind of overrule this because I'm the one who's essentially going to have to write this properly.
But I really want to do the piano for it.
Cool, and we can do. So, Granny times are happy times. Wait. Granny times are happy times. We make up rhymes.
When it's Granny times.
Wait. So, happy Granny times. Oh, Granny times. Oh, happy times with Granny. Oh, Granny times. Right. So
times 2. So we like do that 2 times because it's really catchy.
Well, the thing is, a chorus can be almost exactly the same. Oh, happy times with.
As a bridge.
No, so a chorus can be almost the same. So, for example, you could have the chorus as Granny times, old Granny times, we make up rhymes with Granny. Granny times, old Granny times, are happy times with Granny. Yeah? That's just a really nice, simple, straightforward chorus, and it's a jumping off point. We can tweak it, but it's a nice, simple place to start. So now, try and make a melody out of that. So try and make that melody come to life. Try and bring it to life.
No, I won't.
Keep going.
That sounds good.
Okay, so in your left hand, what notes are you playing?
My left hand, I'm playing C and E.
Okay.
And then my
So just play the first bit for me. Cool. So in your left hand, you're playing C and E in that first bit. What are you playing with the right hand?
Same. C and E.
Okay, cool. So rhythmically is the only thing that so you're doing C and E in the left, C and E in the right, and rhythmically you're going bum ba bum bum ba bum like that, yeah?
So like they get a bit higher.
Okay, so a bit higher. What is a bit higher?
As in like.
No. Tell me what a bit higher is. So you do C and E, and then a bit higher is what?
Moving down the key.
Moving down? If you're making it higher, are you moving up or down?
Down.
If you're making it higher, are you moving up? You're moving up. Okay. So you're going from C and E to what?
C and E.
The answer's on the keys.
To D F.
D and F. Okay, cool. So you're playing C what? Are we playing C major or C minor? You know what C major and C minor are. You can tell me by figuring it out.
Minor, major.
Okay, so play me C major.
Major.
Cool. So just remove the thumb. So is that C major?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're moving up to D, and you're playing D what?
So I'm moving it to that D major.
D minor? Minder? D minor is not a thing. You're playing D minor, okay? So D major would be what? That would be D major. So that would be F sharp, wouldn't it?
D minor.
So you're playing D minor, okay? So you're going C major, D minor.
So maybe I can change that to like, then like move up. So I'm not good in my left hand chords. I need practice. So like, what I'm doing is just 2 notes. Do.
Okay.
That sounds good.
So can you now, and this is going to be the tricky bit, the trickiest bit, can you sing and play the piano?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Might make a big bit more of this, but
It's fine, Zach, if you do.
So I don't know if it
Oh, that was
Try again.
It was that was.
So it looks like that.
Yeah. Well, they're not very easy to read because it's just scribbles at the moment. So Grangy times, oh Grangy times, we make up rhymes with Granny or something like that. Yeah, it could be anything.
Grangy times, old Grangy times. And you sing first and then I'll sing.
I want you to figure it out. Because it's not, I can help you with the track, but it's not my track.
Grangy times, old Grangy times. Yeah.
Not bad.
No,
And again?
that's good. It's hard doing that for the first time, isn't it, Uncle Pesto?
Right, what have you got? Have you got some info there? Sorry, I was talking to Esme on that one.
Esme?
So, Esme looks like she has some lyrics. Happy times, oh happy times, it makes me want to rhyme. What's that? Oh yes! Happy times, oh happy times, makes me want to rhyme. Oh yes. Happy times, like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. Oh yeah.
So, for example, let's just spin that just a tiny bit.
On the ends.
Right, so I'll swap you.
I'll sit here then.
Oh, will ya? Okay, cool. Right, so let's just do it like this. So, yeah. So if we stick on C, Grangy times, 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 Grangy times. C and D, isn't it? But we can change the so you notice I hang on these like brandy times, oh brandy times, wake up rhymes, oh brandy time, our happy times with brandy. So basically, we can just go between C and D and C and D, or C and D minor. Okay, you did. So, or there's an or. Go on in. Hold on.
Granny wrote it.
Granny wrote it. Stand up. Move to the side.
Wrote it. So I made it up.
Move up to like E and E shepherd's pie.
E is gonna struggle to make E work there. Okay, so for example,
B.
If we're looking, B is a horrible one for that. If we're looking to do the you're gonna steal my chair now, are ya? So C,
well,
D minor.
Guys, I got a good riff.
Yeah, the whole that's why I need to put down a whole new load of boards.
Guys, I've got a good riff. So
okay.
So
it's lovely to dance. So when you're dancing, you don't
so
okay, but is that in C now?
It does have to be in C.
But so I would recommend yes for C, because C major, okay, we've been through this before, is all the white notes, okay? Now I love using the black notes. Black notes sound amazing, but for ease of playing, which kind of we want to do for now if you're going to be playing it, let's just stick to the white notes because it's easier to do, okay? And if we just stick to these first 5, okay? So these first 5 include C, D, they do include E, but we're not going to do an E minor for now because it's going to sound a bit funky. F totally works, and G also totally works, okay? So I have written down A minor because A minor can work quite nicely to go between the two, okay? But if we just do like C, D minor, back to C, yeah? So it's just C major over and over, D minor, back to C major, and then down to F, and F to G here is a lovely little progression. Okay, it works really nicely.
So now we've got a riff.
What do I tell you always?
So now we've got our melody.
What makes better? Practice. What do I do every single day? Practice. I practice the piano, I practice my singing, I practice the bass, I practice breathing, I practice drinking more water. You're looking at me like, you practice breathing? Granny will tell you, for my whole entire life, breathing has been very, very difficult for me, okay? So I have to practice breathing, I have to practice using my muscles correctly and get my posture correct. I practice patience, because I never used to be patient, because I used to think I had no time at all to live, so I used to rush everything. Yeah, so I need to practice patience, I need to practice nurturing my confidence, I need to practice all these things, and drinking more water is a big one.
And climbing trees.
Climbing trees, I don't practice climbing trees, but I am going climbing actually after this. So, starting in C, C what? C major?
C minor.
C major, yeah, and D minor, not minger. Okay, so, Randy time, alright, that's not even in key. Randy times, Randy times, make up rhymes. Randy times, oh Randy times, our happy times. Randy times. You sing? Yeah, come over here and sing with me.
You damn good at singing.
Randy times, our happy times are happy times. And again. Grandy times, oh grandy times are happy times. Grandy times, oh grandy times are happy times. You come sing with us? No? Okay, fair enough. You gonna sing?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna dance.
So
you're
now
gonna
I've got
dance,
like for melody on for piano, so I'll try and figure out a riff down here.
Okay, that can be something you can take away and practice, okay? But are we happy with something like grandy times,
yes.
oh grandy times are happy times. Grandy times, oh grandy times are happy times. Yeah? Grandy times, oh grandy times are happy times.
And they make me run.
Oh, what did you just say?
And they make me run. And they make me want to drive.
And they make me want to... Okay, perfect. So you're going to say that, okay, as loud as you can, in exactly where you said it. Okay, so you're going to try it again, ready? Grandy times, oh grandy times, are happy times.
And they make me want to ride.
Grandy times, oh grandy times, are happy times.
And they make me want to ride.
Yeah! Grandy times, oh grandy times, are happy times.
And they make me want to ride.
Grandy times, are happy times.
And they make me want to ride.
How cool is that?
Wow,
right?
that is
So
such a
now we've
beautiful
got some
voice.
legit chorus lyrics, right? And
Took it
some
from here.
backing. Yeah, I know.
Bridge.
So do you notice you don't necessarily have to take the entire thing. You can take bits and then just chuck it all together. So
And I just made up that part by myself.
that's brilliant. All right, so grandy times, oh grandy times are happy times.
And they make me want to ride.
Okay, so
Do that in a more like cheerful voice. Like,
Make me want to ride. And they make me want to ride.
I don't think Esme's voice is anything but cheery.
and they make me want to rhyme, something like that.
And they make me
Grandy
want to
times, oh grandy times.
And they make me want to ride.
Doing some like.
Are happy times, yeah?
And they make
And that
me
kind of
want
sums
to
it up,
ride.
doesn't it? Yeah? Are happy times.
And they make me...
So we've got C, C, D minor, yeah? So play what I was playing, so C, C, D minor, C, go on, sound of it, C, D minor, like that.
Yeah, that was really good singing as well. And if you do it more like Zach said, that'd be so.
So not too soon, so C, C, D minor.
If you sit down, she
D minor, C, C, D minor, C, C, D minor, C. Cool.
My little riff, I was doing.
I did. It was very, very good. You were still figuring it out by the sounds of it. Okay, so right. So you jump on this chair. Okay, and you can play your riff, and I'm going to keep playing what I was playing over here. Okay, am I too much? I'm totally in the way there.
Have a bit higher.
Higher. Oh yeah, she wants to sing now.
Now she wants to sing. Oh, we can't hear her in the song.
That's just teasing. Right, so. Okay, so. Grandy times, happy times. You gotta keep it in time. Grandy times, happy times. Grandy times. times, a happy times. Keeping it time, Grangy times, a happy times. Grangy times, a happy times. How about? So it's C, C, so C, E, G, yeah, that's it. So D, F, A. So, it's the same thing twice. Watch it. Watch. And then up. Then back to C. Yeah. So it's just the 3 notes of C major and the 3 notes of D minor. Yeah.
So
over and over. So it's 2 of each, yeah? So that's 1, that's 2, that's 1, that's 2, and then back again.
Let's see what sounds like homework.
That's lower down.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Sounds better up there.
About some night.
No, because now you're changing key. Don't change key! We're sticking to 1 key, Zach. 1 key. Okay? If you try to get into my back door with any other key than that key, you're not going to get in. Right?
Bye-bye.
Stick to 1 key. We've chosen C major. Okay? So let's stick to it. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And D. Back to C. Okay, cool. So, if that's our chorus, okay, if that's our chorus, what else can we have? She's just such a lazy dog, isn't she, in certain ways?
She will chase rabbits.
Oh, absolutely. She will chase any... Today, actually, over the park, because I went really early, there was some early dog walkie people, and there's this really big, tall dog, about this tall, come like lumbering, bum, 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 like that after her, and she like saw it, and she went, like that straight after it, and she said, woohoo! And she's so quick off the mark in a little short burst. So while this thing was like top speed, super quick, yeah, she does love chasing things around. Right, so...
What about me? Does she love chasing me?
You can't run fast enough.
Also, I got Granny buys me a handbag toaster.
Granny buys me a handbag toaster.
No, that isn't for the song, but Granny buys me, like, bought me a handbag, but you could make toasties. It's basically, you know how you have those toasties machine?
Yeah.
It's basically
a handbag that you could carry around, but you could
also make a cheese toastie in it.
So basically,
that sounds very unsanitary.
It's very like almost cheese. And make a cheese toastie
one for them
in the shape of a handbag.
She's worrying about her time, Uncle Chris, because she's got to make it before she goes to the party.
Oh right, okay. What time is your party?
It's 2:30, but she's got.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's fine. So we're going to do another 15 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I'm going to climbing, mate. So you'll be all on your own. Right. So, Grangy times, old Grangy times are happy times, and they make me want to rhyme. Okay. Yeah. So let's just think.
It's a bit too much syllables, and they make me want to rhyme.
No, that works perfectly.
Grangy times
are happy times,
and they make me want to rhyme.
Grangy times, Grangy times are happy times,
and they make me want to rhyme.
There you go. Okay, it's as easy as that, right? So, totally fits, right? So now we can definitely say that's our chorus, okay? Yeah, and that works really well. And you guys can record the "and they make me want to rhyme" bit.
I'll try writing some verses out.
Okay. Well, what we can then try and do now is just make a little start on a verse. Okay, a little start on a verse, right? So,
first of all, what thing are we going to be like focusing on first?
Well, that's a very good question. So, first of all, what are we going to be focusing on first?
Well, I need to pick out like things that rhyme, like haunted house. I'm not sure if there's anything rhymes with haunted house down here.
No.
So we need to put like something like palm leaves and rhymes weather, like treasure hunts and something like around some rhymes with hunts. So we can like join them two together, then joining them two together.
So, A, not everything has to rhyme, and B, do you remember I said tricky words? And actually I think I said this more to Esme. We can bury tricky words in the middle of the sentence. So, for example, some of Esme's "I don't like" was really tricky to rhyme, yeah? So I buried the trickier words in the middle of the line so that I didn't have to rhyme those words. So, for example, okay, we've got dun 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 dun. That's our chorus, yeah? Dun 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 dun. So that's that kind of, okay? So eating shepherd's pie, story time, massages before bedtime, or something. You know, we can kind of. There's various different ways, and all of these words, all they're supposed to do is remind you of the things that you do with Granny. You don't need to explain all of the thing. So when I say the word, oh, shepherd's pie, you know what we mean when we say, oh yeah, Granny shepherd's pie. Oh, Granny shepherd's pie. You know the story that goes behind the words shepherd's pie. So the shepherd's pie is simply what we call like a buzzword, yeah, a reminder that gets that story, boom, and then you could tell a story about shepherd's pie. You could tell a story about the time that Granny made a shepherd's pie and you guys devoured it all before she could even get a bite, and she comes back in and goes, where's all my shepherd's pie gone? And you went, I'm sorry, it was so good, we ate it all, yeah? So you get the idea. So we don't have to have like a whole big load of bump. We trim it all, like I said, we polish it. I got you giggling, didn't it? We trim it or we polish it so that we just have the buzzwords, just the things we need, right? So we could have, oh, what are you coming up with? Go on. Go on, bring it over here. You don't have to sit all shy over there.
Don't be shy.
What have we got?
When I'm stressed, what I like the best is going to bed.
Okay, that's cool. Actually, I do that as well all the time. So, how does that apply to Granny time, though? Or Grand Old G, or Grand G time?
Oh, something like, when I'm stressed.
Because she puts me to bed.
Okay, so when I'm stressed, what I like best
is Granny putting me to bed.
There we go. Yeah, now we're getting there.
When I'm stressed, what I like best is Granny, is dear old Granny putting me to bed.
No. When I'm stressed, what I like the best is good.
Granny. What about Granny relaxing me to bed?
Yeah, she tried to put in
Granny
relaxing. That's what she tried to put in there, but couldn't use so many.
Granny relaxing me to bed, so like you get so relaxed.
Like me or something.
She's asleep now.
Okay, all of this stuff I can polish, like I say. So when I'm stressed, what I like best is massages before bed.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. I might tweak it, or Granny putting me to bed.
Or Granny massaging me to bed, as in not massages is so not so just fall asleep.
Best is Granny putting me to bed.
So
her actual singing voice is improving, Uncle Chris, isn't it? So much.
So there might be a few too many syllables, but I might be able to find a way to make that work, yeah, sort of timing-wise.
What about Granny relaxing me to bed?
Yeah, it could potentially work, yeah. Relaxing me to bed, putting me to bed, same kind of thing. What else can you think of then?
I'm doing it in separate words. Granny
Granny putting me to bed. 7 syllables.
No, because I'm doing it in separate words.
The syllables are still the same regardless of how many words you have.
Okay, so
in music, not in the actual words.
So, for example, the longest word in the English language, do you know it?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That is the name of a song, it's not an actual proper word. It is anti-disestablishmentarianism. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Right? It's not a joke, it's a genuine word, right? So that's 12 syllables. 12 syllables for one word. Yeah, but it's only one word. It's 12 syllables. So you could have a whole sentence which was less than 12 syllables. So it's about the syllables when it comes to lyrics. That's why lyrics and words are different, because lyrics are for music. Music has timing, and it's very important that we get the things in the right place for time. Okay, so I've got one for you.
So something like shepherd's, after the shepherd's pie, it's story time.
It's shepherd's pie and story time.
No, it's shepherd's pie. No,
then story time?
After shepherd's pie.
After shepherd's pie, it's story time. Okay.
And we like more to wine.
After shepherd's pie, it's story time.
What could go next?
And we've got more to wine.
No. I just came out of my mouth with.
After shepherd's pie, it's story time. Some jokes and riddles.
Makes us giggle. Oh, no.
Makes us giggle.
It's jokes and riddles for a couple of giggles.
Or like bring some giggles.
After shepherd's pie, it's story time, some jokes and riddles for a couple of giggles. Obviously, I can change for a couple of giggles, but it just works. Some
pancakes in the morning.
Pancakes.
Some jokes and giggles.
The pancakes in the morning. When the sun is dawning.
Very good, because it is.
Pancakes in the morning when the sun is dawning. The thing we always have is Nutella pancakes.
No, that's from Sugar Rush.
No. Nutella pancakes available. Bath or whatever.
No, because we don't have a bath in the morning, do we?
Some people do.
We don't.
I sometimes do.
Okay, so pancakes in the morning when the sun is dawning.
Why do we switch around? So when the sun is dawning, it's pancakes in the morning.
Okay, when the sun is dawning, it's pancakes in the morning.
We do role play then, so that's when Granny might be a really grumpy.
Ah, okay.
Really, and so we have the pancakes, and we'd also play in a game.
Silly. No, it's like clumsy crate.
Yeah.
Very clumsy role play, which gives me an appetite for cake.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it could work, yeah.
But we don't have cake mash at Granny's at all.
Because you don't buy it.
No.
Or make it.
No.
I'll eat it.
No.
We don't have little cupcakes.
Just tiny, sometimes.
So when the sun is dawning, it's pancakes in the morning, massages before bedtime.
Wait, just read the whole thing.
Oh, it doesn't make any sense at the moment.
We need to like rearrange all the things.
We do.
So
when we say we, what do we mean?
Me.
Oh, are you going to do it? Are you? When have you rearranged all these lyrics?
Okay, so
when have you spent time finishing off a song? You're very good at getting songs started.
What about like? It's that's near the end of the day. That goes last.
This is it. This isn't even organised yet. All I'm trying to do is get a few words that work together. So, you know, when the sun is dawning, it's pancakes in the morning, massages before bedtime.
Which
helps my sleepy head.
Rest. Go to bed.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Which helps me go to sleep. Which helps me sleep just fine.
Massages before bedtime, which.
This will be hard because we like took all the stuff already.
There's something else that's really big and I can't think what it is that we do.
Elephant.
Blue whale. Wait, the sun. The universe. Trying to think of big things, right? Yeah.
Uncle Chris, have you recognised that my hair is...
I have recognised that your hair has various different colours in it, yeah. And I figured there was a story there, but do you know what? I didn't want to get you started on it because we've only got so much time. We have 5 minutes left.
So, colours in the hair.
But is that something you usually do? Because this is about like kind of.
Usually.
Like I know you don't usually go to Alton Towers, but that was a special thing. But pranks, for example, pranks, right, is a big thing that you guys do. Yeah? Story time happens a lot. Massages happen a lot. These kind of things.
When she comes to Granny, it's kind of not the only time she gets her hair coloured. So colouring in my hair, which makes people want to stare.
Okay.
Colouring in my hair, it makes people want to stare. And my suddenly I'm seated on a chair.
Okay, I want you guys. I want you to rhyme Knickerbocker Glory.
Knickerbocker Glory.
I can make it okay.
I can tell a story.
Yeah, but we've already got after Shepherd's Pie. It's story time, so we're not going to have story twice. So I thought Knickerbocker Glory would work well with story, but we would need something else.
Knickerbocker Glory has a lot of glory.
We're not rhyming glory with glory. We're not rhyming like, who was it, Pitbull? I think he rhymed Kodak with Kodak. You're like, no, Pitbull. No, stop it. I think it's Pitbull. I can't remember who it is now. But yeah, someone was like, oh, genius, rhyming Kodak with Kodak. Well done. So yeah, we're not rhyming glory with glory there, mate. I'm sorry, I'll put my foot down.
Glory with
Knickerbocker Glory.
Warwick, because that's his...
Oh, see, now Granny's onto something. What did Granny do there? Yeah, but does glory exactly rhyme with poorly?
No,
but does it rhyme enough with poorly? Yeah.
Knickerbocker Glory doesn't make me poorly.
It makes me...
It makes me want to run outside and have a sword fight until I'm tired. Until I'm tired.
Tired.
Yeah, something like that. And then pronounce it different to make it rhyme.
And who does that? Pronounce things differently to make it rhyme?
Yeah.
No, I possibly do, but someone is a rapper who does it.
Me.
And he's Eminem! Yes! I was going to say he's one of your favourite rappers. He pronounces things very differently to make it work. Very clever. So,
and people just think it's his accent.
Yeah.
But it's actually not. He's just doing it to make it work.
Okay, so the odd Knickerbocker Glory will not make us poorly.
Yeah, that's
it makes me want to run outside and fight until I'm tied up.
Doesn't work.
until I'm tied up tight. Until I'm tied up tight.
Kind of works.
Or tied, because it might tied up tight might.
Yeah, so like if you fight and
the odd knickerbocker glory will not make us poorly. It makes us want to run and play.
Run out and play until it's sad end of the day.
Oh, that's very good.
Until it's sadly for end of the day.
Yeah.
Sadly for end of the day.
I'm going to a party today.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Have we been here an hour and a half?
Literally, yeah, got 1 minute left, so this will be the last thing. Right, so the odd knickerbocker glory will not make us poorly. It makes us want to run and play until it's time to call it a day. So, in which case we'll call it a day here, and I will continue to work on these. And then what I'll do with all of this information, like I've done with yours before, Esme, and like I've done with yours before, I will have a little mess around as the week goes on, okay? And then we can reconvene either next week or the week after. I don't exactly know when we're getting back together.
And then we can try like put it all into something.
And then we can try and sing it and play it, and you can work on a riff. And what key are we playing in?
C and D.
C, okay, so we're playing in C. C major, and included within the C major key is D
minor.
Yes. And we are just using the first 5 notes of the C key. Yeah, the C major key. Oh, I know, yeah. That's just how she be. So, are we happy with that?
Get the camera out.
Grand old G times.
Phone out and just take
yeah?
a picture quick.
She'll move.
Don't do too much.
Hold on. Right. Are we happy with the start of grand old G times?
Just go over to the start.
Or grand G times, in fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, if you can get a good sneaky pic. Are we going to wave goodbye?
Bye-bye.